speaking right this second.
Talk about something that's more important, which is what we have going on with one of our members of our team right now, and Matt Araiza. It is a situation that is extremely serious. Just hard to go through, and it's not a situation that I or we take lightly whatsoever, and it's very serious. I understand the sensitivity of the situation, and it's clear we have work to do to continue to figure this thing out here, and we're going to do that. So with that, I'll turn it over to you.
Sean, when exactly were you made aware of these allegations against them?
Yeah, Jay, I'm not going to get into details right now. I hope you can appreciate that. I respect your question. I know we made the statement we did last night, and I'll leave it at that.
I certainly can appreciate that, but given the severity of this situation, what in that rather generic statement says to you that that's an adequate response for this organization?
Yeah, again, Jay, I'm not going to get into details right now, so I respect that.
All right, well, what makes him a great kid, which you said earlier this week about him?
Again, I'm not going to get into who Matt is and his character and all that type of stuff. I don't think that's right now. I can tell you this, my heart and thoughts and prayers go out to the people involved, right? And that includes Matt, and includes both sides here, and the victim and everyone involved. Our prayers go out to him.
Are you satisfied with the organizational response to this point?
We have work to do. We have work to do.
Why did he not play tonight?
It was my decision, and at the end of the day, I didn't feel like it was right. It wasn't right to do that. So,
Coach, how much does this dampen the spirits of this locker room?
where you want to start?
When did you make the decision?
Mookie, it is something that that I and we take very seriously, and that's where we're at. I'm sorry.
When did you make the decision that you wasn't going to play tonight?
At some point today. Just felt like that was the right thing to do, and that's what I'm after, is doing the right thing.
Is he flying back with the team?
He is, yes.
Do you anticipate him being on the roster as of Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that, Jay. Again, respectfully, I'm not gonna go into that right now. It's clear, like I said, it's clear we have work to do here, and figuring this thing out.
What does that work involve? The team statement said that you did a thorough investigation.
There's more work to be done.
So how thorough was the investigation?
I'm not going to go into details on that. We've got more work to do.
What's your message? It's obviously a serious situation. What's your message to the females and the Bills Mafia fan base that are obviously hurting right now? What's going on?
Yeah, again, it's not a situation we take lightly. I'm hurt. I understand they're hurt, and it's emotional. It's not easy to hear about some of the things that I've heard about over the last several hours, say, and haven't slept a lot, to be honest with you, because this is a game, but there's other things that are more important than this.
Matt put out a statement through his agent during the game, said he's going to prove he's looking forward to proving this wrong. Do you believe him? Does the organization believe him?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to go down that road right now. Again, we've got some work to do here, and we've got to figure this thing out here.
Were you aware that he or his agent were going to put out a statement?
No.
Do you have a reaction to that statement? Did you read it? Have you seen it?
I'm aware of that statement since the game, and I'm not going to make a comment on that.
You keep saying that the organization has more work to do. Why do you think this work wasn't being done before? Why do you feel like that you're now at a point where more work needs to be done and it wasn't done before all this came out?
It's just, a matter of trying to find the truth at the end of the day, right? That's the goal, is find the truth and do the right thing. And that's what I keep coming back to in my mind and my heart, is find out the truth to the best of my ability and do the right thing.
Do you foresee a time, maybe not tonight, but when you can provide more details on the exact timeline of what you knew, what this team knew, and when they knew it?
I'll see, Jay. I mean, I can't, right now, like I said, we got a lot of work in front of us here, a lot of work. And we got to figure this thing out, like I said.
What did you say to the team today?
We just, the guy, they know, that this was going on here, and, with all the stuff that's out there, and, just about we talked about the seriousness of the situation and the sensitivity of the situation, and that's real.
Is there anything from tonight's game that you'd like to address?
I don't think it's, again, respectfully, I don't think it's the right time to do that. Other than I appreciate the players' effort. I don't take that lightly either. It's on a whole separate scale. But I don't think it's the right time to talk about it respectfully. Trying to be respectful of the situation here, and I think that's the right thing to do.
Sean, can I just ask, do you feel like not addressing this, letting it fester, letting fans continue to get upset about that, is that something that you're concerned about at all, the organization?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's all of it, all of it. That's one piece, but it's all of it. I'm concerned about all of it, and again, people involved on both sides. People are hurt. People are hurting. Fans are hurting. I understand that, and again, we want to find the truth and figure this thing out the right way and do the right thing, and that's what I know to do, and that's what we're going to work on.
In terms of finding the truth and all that, do you feel like Matt lied to you and the team?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into that again. Respectfully, Elena, it's just working on finding that truth, and that's where we're at with it.
Do you have a timeline on when that process will take place?
I don't. Obviously, I hope sooner than later, Jay. So I've been working on it. We've been working on it. It hasn't been easy. And again, I just want to get to that answer as soon as we can. But you know how things sometimes work with these situations. There's things on both sides with legal and attorneys and everything like that. So again, just trying to put this all together and do what's right.
Do you feel like we're misled at any point by any of the parties involved in this?
I'm not going to get into that. Again, it's getting into the details that I can't get into right now. So.
How much did you learn in the last 24 hours that you didn't already know?
I would say there's been some. There's been some, and I'm not going to deny that. And that's why I have more work to do on this.
Do you put the blame on that, on Matt, on the organization? Who's responsible for you not having that information?
Yeah, I don't want to get into that, Elena. Again, I respect your question. I'm more trying to be solution-oriented right now, and that's where I'm headed, and that's where we need to be headed. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Sean.